Hello? There! It would actually help if my microphone was working. Pardon for that. Anyway, hello! Welcome to Hexen Beyond Heretic. Part 7. Last night, we managed to make a fair amount of progress. I managed to finish Hub 4 of this, and we're on the last hub, Hub 5. There's not that much more to do in the base game. There is an expansion for this, which is, what's it called? Death Kings of the something or other? Let me have a look. Death Kings of the Dark Citadel, which I will probably do, but maybe not directly after finishing Hexen. I did enjoy Hub 4. The hubs have been getting better at the game as I've been going. The first hub and kind of the second hub really isn't a good representation of the game. The third hub was only annoying with the crystals thing, as I keep saying, and the fourth hub was quite enjoyable, actually. Oh, hello, welcome. Apparently you had to beat the game and all the expansion was every class. If there was an easier way to go about showcasing each of the classes, I would do so. I might have to do just a bit of gameplay. Maybe I'll do a stream where I play as a bit as the warrior and a bit as the cleric, because I would like to see them myself. I have not played as the other classes, and in a way it is extra, playable content. The game's got replayability in that regard, which is pretty neat. And once you played through it once, you just sort of know how things go, so it's not as much of a problem. And yes, last episode also was the first time. No, we came across a bug. Oh, so annoying. The end of Hub 4, there's a room where you have to kill 4 green serpents, and the game checks to see whether you've killed 3 of them. However, if you kill 2 of them at the same time, the counter only goes up once, as opposed to twice. So, that's what I did. And the next section of the room, walls coming down and wizards popping out and shooting at you, didn't proceed. And I wasn't able to activate cheats to go through the walls to get that to happen, so I had to go do a workaround, essentially restart the game with cheats, teleport to that level, ghost through the walls to that area, and then I continued from there. It was only a little bit, and it was right near the end of the hub, but it was annoying, so. Technically, we're not playing the same game that we were before, but that's just minor details. And we start with a new hub anyway, with no items and all that, so. Oh, my friend has a Doom map which he's working on, and it has a Hell Knight counter. However, I got them to infight, and it caused a bug with the counter. Yeah, I'm not sure. As I said, I think the problem with this counter was that I killed 2 of them at once, and it didn't rise up twice. It is mentioned on the Doom wiki under the level for Hexen, which the level is called, I can't remember. It's just Hub 4 area. It was annoying, but I managed to get past it, and we had to fight with a Heresy Arc again, which, since I fought him before, wasn't as annoying. And we have new enemies. We have these like skeletal fireball throwing buggers. Ow. Oh, they're called Reavers. Okay. Well, that's a nice welcome. So, all the items which I had, actually, it's no problem. Even though I hadn't barely any items to defeat the Heresy Arc with. Because I restarted and I didn't give myself all the items, I just gave myself the weapons. It doesn't mean anything now, because I think you lose all of them when you start a new hub. The items, that is. Not the weapons. But it was annoying. I've been collecting all these items and holding them off in case of a boss fight. Only for them all to be taken away. Ah well. We'll just... Oh, hang on. There we go. We'll just do a save game. And we'll save as Hexen part 7. And there we go. I do have a save just when the bug occurred. That is Hexen, part 6, game 1, you can see there. So, yes. That was annoying. It's the only bug I've come across in this game, though. So, that's, I suppose, speaks highly of it. Considering how, common puzzles are in the game, you'd expect there to be more bugs involving flipping switches in the wrong order and all that. But I suppose switches are just a was it flipped yes no deal. Come on. What's this area called? The Necropolis. Yeah, and I saved after we got the little speech from Korax. I forget what he said. I think he said something about you're one of my pawns or something like that. Or no, he said something like, are you willing to are you capable of defeating your masters or something like that, I think. I'm happy to see new enemies, though it's odd that the game would leave a new enemy until the 5th hub. This is like near the end of the game. Let's run out, activate them, and run back. And we'll deal with them. Ow. Carefully. It might have been the case also that I killed 2 of the green serpents by using this wand. And the bolt passed through and killed 2 of them at the same time. But anyway, whatever. Yeah. Ow. We got a rather neat death animation. Ugh. Yep. Ooh. Oh yes, I saw these mushrooms earlier also. These mushrooms these actually blow up. And they release clouds of gas. And it's quite far-reaching gas. I didn't think that would actually hurt me. Well, the game's being generous with items. Got some new music too. Oh, Graves. Ben. Oh. I hope that wasn't a reference to someone who's worked on the game. Oh, are they popping up out of the graves? That's pretty cool. We got an animation of them rising up out of the ground. Chris, I mean, maybe it's just the names of the developers and not necessarily people who might have passed away during development. Yeah, look at that. He's like, ah! Oh. Yeah, like how Mortal Kombat devs put their names in the gravestones. Yeah. Come on. Am I hurting you? But yes, the last hub wasn't actually that bad. Not that bad. I'll amend that by saying I rather enjoyed it. It was fairly straightforward. The puzzles made sense. It was well labeled. There wasn't a lot of lever switching and hunting to find out what they did. So, that was nice. One of the puzzles was finding 2 books and then putting them onto a shelf. Another one was, after you'd done that, was having the head of a statue and having to find a statue to put it on. Rodius had a Kickstarter tier of getting your face in a hologram in the game. For me, I'd rather be a corpse in the game. Sounds familiar. I can't think of the game when just a heading, but yeah, it's interesting. I think, yeah, a whole lot of different games can have like in-game credits for developers or their Patreon suppliers. Oh gee, they're all popping up out of the ground. No! Maybe I should use some of my quartz flasks. I'm running around with 10 HP and they're killing me in one shot. There we go. Let me in. You better all just be centaurs. That is a lot of centaurs. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Watch my methods of holding them off. Please, please, please don't hurt me. You're actually getting killed by the Reavers in the background. Infighting, yes! You will be my shield. Only so many enemies can shoot at me at once. And I can hit the Reavers in the back because these shots, even though they're not hurting the Centaurs when they got their shields up, are also passing straight through them, however that works. I remember GoldenEye was supposed to be able to connect to that Game Boy camera so you could have your face in the game. Wouldn't your face be black and white? Oh no, hang on. Hang on, I'm thinking of the Game Boy printer. Damn it. Let me just reload that. They didn't go through- oh, I didn't save. Oh, whatever. They didn't go through with it because they thought people would take pictures of politicians and classmates and start killing them in game. Yeah. It seems like a neat idea, but then it would just take one person ruining it for everyone like that, and it would be like... I never had a Game Boy camera or printer. A printer was... looking back on it, a very interesting idea. I think your video channel, LGR, did a video on it, but... I did have a game which could utilize it though. I had Super Mario Bros. Deluxe, which... if you... what? I think if you got certain prizes in like a... what's it called? Fortune cookie thingy or something like that, you got like stickers you could print off. And I always kind of wished I could print them off. But you'd have to have sticker paper to be able to make use of them. And I think it would have been in black and white, so... anyway. Ow! Jeez, they hurt. Right. I'm losing my patience with you lot. And they lost their patience with me. Ho hum. Are you immune to lightning? You better not be. No. Good. They're extremely hard to hit with lightning. So that doesn't work. No. They seem to activate after a bit and just start popping out of the ground. If there was one thing which I didn't like about Hub 4, there was a section in it where, in one of the levels, called... what was it called? The Gibbet, I think it was? I think it was the Gibbet area. And there was like a dungeon, and at a certain point in the level, the cells opened up, and these monsters poured out. That's fine. However, the monsters kept spawning. Every now and then, like 8 to 10 Ettins would spawn in and start stomping around the place. And that was kind of annoying. Not that Ettins are a hard enemy, but, you know, just enemies all over the place. It's the first time I've seen something like that in the level. But there was other neat things in. I hope, I just, what I'm getting at is I hope that that was the only time the game's going to do something like that, and it's not going to be just, it's an endless wave of Reavers popping out of the ground, because that would be a bit irritating. Especially because you can't tell, so you might spend time killing all the enemies, and then you just realize after a bit, oh, this is far too many enemies to be reasonable. It's actually an infinite amount, and I'm just wasting all my ammunition and health potions on them. For no gain. Here we go. Oh! The portal has been sealed. Wait, what? Ah! I thought a guy got stuck on that. Oh. Choose my fate. Did I, like, try to open the door and they slammed it shut? And they're like, no! You can't come in! And then I have to pull one of these levers. This one. Okay, fine. We'll probably just end up pulling them all anyway. You. It's going to be the last one I pull or something, isn't it? Yeah. And you. Come on. There we go. There we go. Health. Yay. There's some health in there. Oh, the door's open. Yay! Well, I gotta pull all the levers anyway. Greater of Might. And some ammunition. Okay, maybe it is a specific one. And that's all the levers. So yes, I do like these doors which swing open. It's pretty cool. So they are clipping into the terrain there. Nope. Oh. Oh. Menelkia's tomb. Got the symbol of despair all everywhere. Oh no, there's another one of the Serpent Rider symbols. I think that's the symbol of Korax, and I don't know who that one is. I thought there was supposed to be 3 Serpent Riders. Apparently there's 4. There's probably 3 in the Master or something like that. There are as many Serpent Riders as they wanted sequels. No. 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 Wrong symbol! They come to beat me over the head for my insolence. Stop that. Right. Oh, he's definitely not resting in peace. There's a monster party in his tomb. I don't know. It seems, I don't know. Yes, make me a grand tomb and fill it with mooks. But they're going to be like leaving food and stuff all over inside there. I don't care! It's like all the, maybe they moved in afterwards. I don't know. I thought I could hear another one moving around. At least they're easy to kill. Kinda wish they'd leave a corpse on the top, though. Oh! Is that as simple as the puzzle is? Oh, it's that one. I kinda would like to do the others just to kill all the enemies, but... Corax. I do like these little floaty platforms they make. Wizards in a hole! But yes, there was a very neat part in the last hub where when you put that statue's head on top of it, the floor in the chapel you did that in broke away, and after some earthquakes, and it was just a massive pit with lava at the bottom of it, with these huge pillars standing free. That was pretty cool. Succumbed to a bishop's dark power. Okay, they're called bishops, not wizards. They look like wizards. They speak like wizards. I call them wizards. Or mages. Don't see a porta potty around. That's gotta be trouble. I wasn't going to say. Maybe they're just really neat. Or maybe the wizards just teleported all somewhere. To a plane of pure dookie. Like Sewer Map Jam, which recently came out, has a really level. There's some really good level designs in it. I was actually in a sewer level in this the last hub. There was a level called the Effluvius. And it was essentially a sewer with brick walls and cisterns, which you had to empty. And some lever pulling to raise and lower the water level so that you could get into other areas. That was pretty fun. It was still, you know, tunnel-like and all that, but that one. No. And a preview of a level named Urine for a Treat. Ugh. Dumb puns. A bit like that bit in what's it called? Dusk. Where to get to a secret level you have to like flush yourself down the toilet. I was so tickled when I found in that game that you could flush, when I was told that you could flush anything down the toilet. No matter how big it is. A barrel? No problem. A rock? No. Somehow. Hours of fun. I kind of wish there was a way to weaponize it. I don't know. Maybe getting the enemies to stand on top of it, so it's flushing it. I don't know whether it would work on enemies or not, though. Axebeard spent 100 hours on his Sewer Jam map too, so surprisingly people cared about doing good maps. Well, that's good. I mean... I feel... There's nothing... I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with a sewer level. It's just the route most people go for is the one people have already seen many times over. You know... Walls like this... ground, you know, water like this, ground like this, various shades of green and brown. I mean, the sewer could be like a science fiction sewer. You could have like neon lighting everywhere and wide avenues and all that. Right, this one. This level really is interesting. I think we're just going in a big loop. And it's just like... And there's even big arrows telling us where to go. There's no, like, puzzle solving. We haven't actually seen one of those messages for, like, you have solved so many percentage, so many parts of the puzzle. They seem to perhaps cotton on to the fact that that might not be the best way to do things. Which kind of makes it a shame that it's what they did in the first area of the game. Ooh, what's this? Oh, hello! What the hell are you? Metal Gear. Pardon me. Oh, okay. I released Menelkia. Apparently he wasn't dead in his tomb. He was just waiting for someone to solve a puzzle where he blasts you with magic. Well done. Here's death as your reward. Yeah. He's using an attack similar to my staff, so he actually looks like me. Oh, he's that easy to kill. Okay, fine. That's good to know. It's just, he maybe has 100 hit points, the same as I do. There we go. Wow. Okay, Metal Gear is dead. Yay. That was fun. And unexpected. So, do we have to kill, like, there's another part of the Blood Scourge, is it? No! Actually, that's an item. Sigil of the Magus. Okay, fine. So we have to get items from these guys. I assume there's there's at least one or two other guys which we have to kill to get the items from. We have solved Euler's number out of 3 pie parts of the puzzle. Yeah, I mean, as I said earlier, I feel the way the developer started with Hexen is just not the best introduction. Because the 4th part and the 3rd part, at least the hubs, I feel, are getting better as you go along. Only the first hub, which is really, you know, has the most backtracking and trying to figure out what this lever did and all those different parts to solve. Which is a unfortunate way to start the game. I don't mind some puzzle solving, but it was a bit ridiculous to start off with that. Even the second hub, where I think it probably had actually the most of those. You know, you've solved so many parts of the puzzle. We did get stuck at one point in that. So, it was still a bit of a problem there, but I don't know. Maybe the level design was more interesting than just the 3 areas branching off from the middle hub. So it made it more tolerable to wander around all these different areas. Anyway, we did that place. Like that, we just did an entire area, apparently, and we we might not have to go back there. Unlike in the first hub, where you have to go into both of the areas, into each of the 3 areas twice, to pull 2 levers found in them. And you have to go through all 3 of them before you go through them again to pull the second lever. Anyway. Yes. Come into my firing range, please. There we go. Yep. Yeah, there's more popping out of the ground. Oh, and over here too. Yeah. Come on. Ugh. Right. Pardon for any coughing. I still have... I'm mostly recovered, but there's still just a bit of a tickle. And you. And you. Got sick for the sewer level, I tell you. Okay. Well. Excuse me, coming through. Whoa. Okay, we're going to be hiding in here while we shoot at them while they're all out there. I have a narrow firing arc, but they will have a hard time coming through this door. Also means they'll cluster around the door. Ah! And worked. Brian. Not Brian. What's in here? Ettins. Oh, I see. I think where we have to use those items. In that, tomb over here. Yes. We have to get 3 to open up this room. Okay. Well, I'll collect them all and then I'll put them in there. See, that's simple. That makes sense. Ooh, one of the coffins is different. It's an elevator. We're going to see the King of Worms. Pull the lever. I do think I'll actually do some Daggerfall at some time. Though when, I don't know. I might start it after I've done a bit of this, perhaps. We'll see. Oh. Windows are too small to really shoot out of. Irritating. This elevator really doesn't wait. Come on, we go down again. Okay, there we go. That's one down. And you. Come on. Ah. Cool. Right. Now that's done. I expected there being more. For some of that health. Okay. And... okay. I only wanted one. Oh well. Whatever. Ooh, lever. Let's leave it for the moment. There's an area there. What's this do? Oh, that lowers the lift again. Okay. Well, we got another tomb here. Are we gonna actually fight? Oh! Oh! Okay, I understand. Oh, I just realized. The mage which we killed. Menno here or something? That would have been the master of the mage which we're playing as. Daedalon? Something like that. So, one of the others is going to be the cleric master and the other one's going to be the warrior master. Okay, fine. That makes sense. This is where it might be fun, actually, to be able to swap characters while you're playing. You know, you go to like a area at the beginning of the hub, and it gives you the choice of which character you want to play as. And you could do the game as swapping in and out of different characters. So you could defeat the various masters with their own apprentice. That'd be fun. Right. Yoink. Something there? Nope. Okay, what place do we think this is? Traductus's... Traductus's tomb. Okay. I believe Traductus is... the warrior? It might be the priest, actually. Actually, I begin to suspect he is the priest. With all these bishops around. I like the Blood Scourge, but it uses up an awful lot of ammunition. Kind of puts me off using it, because... I don't know. Also, its attack it keeps ramming into walls. Oh, I don't have any torches! I was going to use a torch to lighten up the area, but I'm sorry. If it's a bit dark, we're just going to have to bear with it. That torch... Light switch? Oh. Okay, I believe he would be in there. Yes, there he is. Ah, and it's the priest. Cleric. Wow! Okay. He just used the final weapon for the cleric on me. I forget what it's called. It sends ghosts out. Oh, great. No! Would like green ammunition, please. I died. It's not even saying he killed me, it's just you died. Do I have a crater? I do. Ha! Yeah. Tough sword. Those ghosts, they just hunt you down. I like how he makes the same noise when he's hurt as I do. That didn't kill him? Okay. Oh, I think I killed myself there. We'll get him. It just like pops around the corner and blasts me with that thing. It's like, ha! I gotcha. Yeah. Ah, he's dead. We got the holy relic. Right. The next one's going to be interesting because that will be the warrior master. The warrior does have a ranged attack as their final weapon. Do you mind? Where does that even come from? Oh, over there. I have to wonder what the battle against Korax will be like. Oh, stairs. What? I might have done something there which I shouldn't have, so I'm going to reload. Let me just see if I can activate that without crouching. Kind of being silly with that. Okay, you can. There we go. And you. Hello. Oh, that could have been something they could have done. By defeating each of the masters, you become, like, proficient in that class, and you end up becoming, like, a hybrid of all three classes. That would be pretty cool. I'm just trying to think of ways to, like, expand the gameplay, because the three class system is fun, but you only have 4 weapons. I feel that's a drawback of Hexen. Over Heretic, where you had a variety of weapons and you had the Tome of Power. I do miss that. I've said before. Okay, this is just like a little secret area. Oh, that's cool. Hello. Nice lighting effect, look at that, it's like pulsing in a wave all the way up the stairs. Interesting. Ooh. Thought so. Yeah, you're gonna float over the walls, aren't you? I think it hit and just spawned back here somewhere. Maybe it spawned up there. Come on. There we go. And you lot. Come on. Here we go. What's our reward? A bunch of discs of repulsion. Some other stuff. An Eton. Oh. Okay. Can I jump up on top there? No. Well, we're going to go up here now. Alright. There was... Yes, there is something behind here. Oh, hello. They're actually... incorporeal walls. Some of them. I just smashed my face into that one. Okay. Wait. Something there. Haha! Doesn't count as a secret. That's really odd. I mean, if the game doesn't count them as secrets, then I'm not missing them, but... I wish it counted. Okay, well, we got the, item here. We've killed all the monsters. And we'll go back along here at the portal. There we go. That's 2 of the 3 masters killed. Last one will be the warrior master. Give me some ammunition. Right. It's interesting to think when I looked up the reviews for Hexen, I found that upon release it actually got pretty good reviews. People were praising it for its non-linear gameplay and the puzzles and all that. And later on then Hexen got the reputation for being switch hunting and overly ambiguous as to what happened. I think I've seen a few times games' reputations sort of changed like that from release to later on. One that comes to mind all the time when I see that is, at least to my experience, was SimCity 3000, which I got and I enjoyed, but from what I heard from other people, they didn't like it because it was too different from SimCity 2000. It was too cartoony, I think was the displeasure put towards it. Oh, I wish I had a better head for the SimCity games. I don't really understand how to make money. I was alright at it at one point. I've since forgotten. Shane. And you. There we go. And you. And you. Good. Yeah. Reavers better not just endlessly respawn in this area. I've said that, but I like the little greystones they have. They're even interesting shapes. Rather than just being straight squares. Rip. Okay, here's a dungeon here. Oh, it's this place with all the centaurs in it. Well, I can deal with them much more easily now because all those reavers are dead behind me. I just stand here with the mouse button down. And there we go. Come on. Come on. There we go. I'm glad there was no Slaughtors in this. It's just Centaurs. That would be mean. And I still don't put the game past it. Like, I feel like something like this would be a good usage of if you had the Tome of Power and you used the lightning spell, and instead of creating one bolt of lightning, it created like a wall of lightning which travelled up in front of you, shocking everything in its path. That'd be cool. Lament for the Tome of Power. I miss the variety it gave. Anyway. There is one in Hexen too. I don't know whether it works the same as in Heretic or whether it's more like a portable quad damage. Here we go. Oh, platinum help. Yay. 3 AC. The game's kind of stingy on armor. Oh, there's a slaughter. 2 slaughters. Can't lean back too far, otherwise my microphone blocks my HUD. Okay, you're just normal centaurs. I'm shooting enemies all the way at the end of the corridor. And come on, there we go. Ooh, interesting. Oh. Okay, that's what that is. Squishy, squishy. I like how it paused as it dealt damage to them, and then just suddenly went wham when they died. Bam! Is this area just going to be full up of centaurs and slaughters? I suppose they are the most warrior-like enemy. I think the warrior would have an easier time dealing with them because he can just attack them in melee, and I don't think their shield can block his melee attacks. It only blocks projectiles. We see some neat lighting effects again here. Clever usage of what's it called? Different, like, sections of the terrain to make it look like they're casting shadows. Because there's no shadow, there's no, like, Doom doesn't have shadows cast by objects. So this is actually a section of the ground which has been darkened, and those sides of the pillars have been darkened. And it just makes it look like there's a shadow there when there's not. Different, you know, light levels depending on which section you're standing on. Okay, what you do? ZX tomb. Oh, there's something open up over here. Oh, yes, it did. There's carvings of Korax all over the walls of his tomb. He shows his allegiance clearly. And that is why all these masters must die. Because they support evil Korax. Come on, lightning, stick on him. He really has problems if they're right next to a wall. There we go. And you. I don't mind the centaurs as enemies, though the way that you have to sort of deal damage to them bit by bit over time as a mage is kind of annoying. I have to kind of, I kind of have to do this, unless I want to use my lightning, which I don't really, because there'll be better enemies to use it against. My sapphire wand is the best weapon I have against them, because it hits multiple targets, and it can't be reflected by their shields. If I use the ice shards, they'd reflect all of them back at me after I hit them once, and the lightning, as I said, is better used than other things. And my fourth weapon, the Blood Scourge, they can actually reflect the shots from that, so don't want to waste ammunition from both of my mana pools just to have the powerful shots potentially reflected back at me and hurt me. Yeah, we're seeing there the Slaughters are fast enough on the draw to be able to hit me, even after they've just been stunned. Ah. I suppose if you're clever, you can lead them all into that trap. And you. Come on. There we go. Cool. I'll just collect the last of them out and deal with them again. Ow. And they just keep spawning. Let's see, 74. Well, he spawned in, and the other one over there, and you. $78, so 4 Ettins spawned in. Right, now... I actually just remembered something. I am going to check the wiki for this, because... there's something specific to do with the secret level. Wait. Oh dear. I think I messed it up. Yep. Oop. How am I going to do that? There's a secret level in this area, but the way you enter the secret level is that you have to go into it first, before you do any of these tombs. I just remembered it was something like that, but I didn't. I thought it was like... I don't know. So is it over here? This door is barred from the inside. Yeah, I think that's it. How long have we been going? Oh, what a... I have to do the secret level. Hmm. Well, I'll finish ZX tomb. And then I'll reload and we'll go through it. But that way I'll have it done. I'll have it on record, but it won't be part of this run. So sad. Oh well. I don't think it's got any triggers attached to it for anything else later on. Nope, it doesn't seem like it does, so okay, fine. Razza. Oh, I didn't pull the lever on the other side there. Porculator, thank you. More centaurs? No, thank you. I think this is the last lot. Well, that's irritating about the secret level. Weird triggers for things. And you. Okay. Now, Pull this. Star. Circle star. Okay. That's cool. You got spinny blocks. And that opens the door to the last chamber. Ooh. We're gonna have a meeting with Korax. Oh, there's a Zedek. Okay, that's Quietus he's using there. The ultimate weapon for the warrior. And he promptly slaughtered me. He's got the most hit points out of all of them, he will. Because he's the warrior. There we go. Wasn't too difficult. Hello? No, nothing? Okay, that's not a Korax speech portal. Oh. Always getting blindsided by frickin' Ettins. Do those do anything? Nope. 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 Okay. Well, the 3 masters are dead. And collect up some mana. There we go. And let us leave this place. And I'm gonna have to do things a bit out of order, but oh well. This is a confusing game. Right. So, because I thought it might have been we'd have to go into it before we go into here, but nope. Okay, well we'll do that. And then I will... what will I do? What area is this hub? Necropolis. Is... Okay. I will... Okay.
Are you strong enough to face your own master?
And we'll do... There we go. So we have all the weapons. Because you do get to keep them between levels. And... Actually, could I just... Actually, I can do it a different way. Load game. Load here. Okay. So. I did miss out getting to the secret level, which is called the Vivarium. You have to go into it before you go into any of the 3 tombs in the hub area for here. What that means is you have to go from here over to this doorway over... Where is it? Over here. You have to go into this doorway before you cross the threshold for any of these, which I assume means go in like that, on any of those tombs. If you do that, it will be locked. So, with that in mind, I missed out on doing it. However, I would like to still be able to do it for completion's sake. So we'll do this. I will make a save. Hexen part 7. And then we'll do this. What is it? What a lovely introduction. Well, we get to use the Blood Scourge. Show it off a bit. Oh, hello. We've got the Wendigos. I haven't seen those since like the first hub. Thankfully, I had actually forgotten about them. They were rather annoying. Because they shoot ice bolts basically constantly while they can see you. Though they're not that strong, but the cramped environments we were constantly fighting them in was very irritating. They don't look much like a Vivarium to me. Thought Vivarium was where you like grew plants. Okay, well we dealt with that. And I will save under Hexen part 7 secret. There we go. So this is kind of separate from the rest of the game. It's not going to be a true 100%. I already went back early on to be able to get one of the secret levels in the third hub, which you had to finish the other two secret levels beforehand to be able to get. But having just finished all 3 of the tombs, I'm not going to redo each of the 3 tombs after doing the secret level, just for that. It's a learning experience. This is still the first time I've played Hexen. So. Go in here. Ow, thank you. Yeah, that poisoned me. The little arrows, or what do you call them? Bolts, which those wall traps fire, do poison you, and it deals damage over time. Can I jump on these to get up there? I can. That's how you're supposed to do that? Okay. Oh, lovely. What a lovely room. Let it rain icicles, or let it snow. There we go. Oh, we got fletchets. Yay! And I think that might actually be the exit. That was extremely short. Something up there, though. Oh. No? How do we get in there? Oh, hello. Yeah, what? You're not able to duck in, Hexen. What's down here? Okay. Let me just have a look at this. Oh, that's how those work. Oh! Yes, okay. This will be kind of fun, actually. You can't duck. However, there is a way to get smaller. This actually fires porculators every now and then. I don't know which projectile that is. I died. It's not that one. Nope. Nope. Hmm. I don't know which projectile I'm looking for. Oh, that one. Okay, it's a gold projectile. For God's sake, Etten. There was one right there. No, that's not the right one. For some reason, the quick saving and quick loading doesn't work if you just make another save. There we go. I'm a piggy! And that's how you get into there. I'm a piggy! Clever. Boink. Boink. It should wear off after a bit. There we go. Ooh. Ammo, armor, and all that. Do we just use that? Whoa! Okay. Massive wall sliding open. And the over here actually these are push, I believe. Yes. Neat. They have those pushable doors. I like those. Just because of how odd they are. Dragon skin braces. And the other one over here should be the same. Yep. And then we've got the Mystic Urn here. And I think that is actually all that is in this area. So, if we then go up these statues and through the portal, that is the end of that. So, technically I've already done so. And then because we didn't actually go into Necropolis, we see the beginning of it. But yes, that is the secret level. We're gonna load the game, and we'll go back to our actual. That's what we would see if we managed to go through there. But I wasn't able to. Sigh. Hexen is a tricky game. Okay, let us save actual there. And right, it's saving on the right file, and we can put our thingies in here. We put the staff head, which we got from the mage. We put the holy icon we got from the cleric master, and we put the little sword thingy, which we got from the warrior master. Come on. There we go. And now one more portal. Ooh. Ooh, that's weird. I suppose it's supposed to be like a waving bridge. Oh cool, look, it undulates differently. Neat! That's a cool effect. Yeah, it like alternates going one way and then the other. What's this? Dark Crucible. Yes. How's that working? Is it just... Yep. It's just very thin, like, sections, and it moves. That's cool. I like that. Might be better if it was doing it this way than that way, but it would require a lot more sections to do it up and down like that. It's a neat little effect for a wooden bridge, though. Come on. No, I can't use that. Okay. Ooh! What are you? You're scary. Are you Korax? You know, you look more like a serpent. But like a... Whoop. I suppose maybe that was Korax. Let me out of here. Too many Ettins. So many heads. Technically, no matter how many Ettins there are, with this penetrating sapphire wand, they all it would only require as many shots as one Ettin. If I could get them all to be in a perfect row. Those are pillars. Those are those, like, stone pillars which pop up out of the ground. Oop. Or fires. Where are you going? Oh, you're just going to check over there. Okay. Oh, hello. Oh, centaurs. At least they're just centaurs and not slaughters. The next wave is probably slaughters. Ugh. Okay. How can I deal with that a bit better? Healing. That might help. Hello, welcome. Waiting for me to kill this last creature. Oh, we've got all these centaurs to kill. We're in the last area of the 5th hub. Managed to finish off the tombs there pretty easily. They were very straightforward. And I had to go back and do the secret area. I missed out on opening it. You have to go to it before going into any of the tombs. Most annoying. It's currently getting our face beaten in by centaurs. That will probably upgrade to slaughters afterwards. Hexen's more fun than 37th time around. Yeah. I had to teleport my way to the level and do it that way. We are fighting this big 6-armed lizard though. Oh! Swept from the board by Korax. That is actually Korax. Don't know what I was expecting. He actually kind of reminds me of the, what's it called? The, I forget what it's called. Oh, this isn't the secret level. This is the, last part of the, 5th hub. The secret level is, another level called the Vivarium, which was quite short. It was more just a challenge room, but yeah, this is... After we killed the 3 masters, we found an item with each of them, and putting each of the items into a divot, it opened up another tomb, and that's where we are. The Dark Crucible. But yes, I was saying, Korax reminds me of... I'm trying to remember what it's called. In Diablo 1 Hellfire, there is a boss in that, in the Hive. It is called the Defiler, I think it is. And it's like this 2-legged insectoid creature. Kind of looks like that. Yeah, I don't know what I was expecting. I mean, it makes sense. He always looked like that when he was talking to us. A big horned head. Oh, okay. Blood Scourge is pretty scary. It's just like, yeah, roads of enemies die. I mean, it's cool. He's firing different spells all the time. Teleporting around behind me and all that. Interesting boss fight. I approve. The boss fights in this game have been quite fun. Overall, I think the boss fights in the Heretic and Hexen games are quite good. I think with how big his head appears on Texas, you expect him to be bigger. Yeah, there is that. He could potentially be bigger. There might be a... is there a sprite size limit? I mean, maybe he's about the size of a... maybe he's a bit shorter than a... what's it called? Cyber Demon. I mean, he can't go too big before the sprites start just looking weird. Even the Spider Mastermind looks a little weird with how wide it is. But yes, there was an interesting effect out here. the bridge was undulating rhythmically from side to side. You don't remember what the sprite size limit is? That's fine. I just suspect there's one. But yes, it would be. He is a little bit bigger than the serpents. But there's a good view of him. Yeah, he's like a six-armed, spiked-backed. I suppose he is a serpent himself. You know, the Doom 64 sprites are slightly bigger, but it was made on an engine updated from the Hexen engine. Right, right. It's interesting to have a plot of all the game engines and what they were branched off of. I actually think there is one. I seem to remember. He telefragged me! That sod Korax telefragged me. I thought I was the one. I was supposed to be the only one able to do that. He got me with a telefrag. He learnt these skills from pawning noobs online for years. Telefragged. I know. I suppose this is where an ability where you could just say, yes, use all of my items would be useful. If I could just clear out these friggin'... What's it called? There we go. Right. Can I have a moment's peace now, please? First time I've seen an enemy telefrag a player. I suppose the enemies don't tend to teleport around. I always thought I'd get caught by some of the Ettins which teleport in. One nearly did in one level. It spawned in right next to me and I was like, I wonder if that would have telefragged me if I stood a little bit further to the left. I suppose Desperal could telefrag you if you stood on his spot where he appears, but... that would be a likely candidate, because he teleports around so friggin' much! Oh, wizards. Lovely. What is my shots doing? They're like, no, there's wizards over there I must kill. Oh! Hey, look at that! It's a, ethereal, it's an ethereal brown serpent. Good idea. Freeze an enemy to block an entrance and use the blood something gun to shoot through all of them. You know, that wasn't actually my plan, but yes. Yes, it was rather a good idea. Completely unintentional. That's just how brilliant I am. I had seen that mentioned as a tactic players can use. You make one enemy frozen and then... but yeah, use one enemy frozen to block the shots of other ones. Or the line of sight of other enemies. But there was an ethereal, brown serpent there. That was interesting. They bring back the ethereal units right near the end. Hey, Korax. Hey, Korax. Hey, Korax. Blood Scourge shots like going off on their own directions. I mean, they're killing, but... and there he goes. Ooh. No ghosts! Korax is down! His ribcage split open and all these souls poured out of him. That's pretty metal. Come on. Just use that. I need health. I don't care whether it's a Mystic Urn. I don't think I have any need to use them after this anyway. All my ammunition's gone. I have to be careful of those pillars because they squish. Those dark ones there. Hmm. Come on. There we go. And you. There we go. Like Einstein makes a mistake, but the mistake proves to be useful to astrophysics decades later. Yeah, look. Yeah. I don't make mistakes. But yeah, look, there's a ethereal serpent. That's very interesting. That's the first ghost enemy we've seen. I assume he's dead. I mean, he kind of looks dead. With his ribcage split open like that. As boss fights go, challenging. Not massively challenging like the Sparrow. He did teleport, but he didn't teleport more the more damage he got. His attacks were kind of nasty though. Not from a range, but up close, he'd just like blam! Like a massive, like getting hit by 6 spells at once, and that would do you in. Right, yes. That's all the enemies here. I think we're done. Oh! Ooh. With a scream of agony, you are wrenched from this world into another. Every part of your body wreathed in mystic fire. When your vision clears, you find yourself standing in a great hall filled with the ghostly echoes and menacing shadows. In the distance, you can see a raised dais, and upon it, the only source of light in this world. Except for the torches there. Or maybe it means light metaphysically, and not, metaphorically, and not, literally. This can only be the Chaos Sphere, the source of Korax's power. With this, you can create worlds, or destroy them. By rights of battle and conquest, it is yours. And with trembling hands, you reach to grasp it. Perhaps now, a new player will join the cosmic game of power. Like the pawn who is promoted to a queen. Suddenly, the very reaches of the board seem to be within your grasp. Ooh. I hope that's good. That doesn't really sound good. But there are other players mightier than you, and who can know their next moves. With great power come great enemies. Yeah. I kind of expected something in the end there to be like, with this power you'll be able to recreate the world which was destroyed. But perhaps the game isn't going in a happy ending like that. Right. Is that it? I think that's it. It's not going anywhere else. Your next foes are both God and Azathoth. It's not like a Final Fantasy reference, is it? No, Azathoth is Lovecraft, isn't he? Yeah, he's like the he's like the shifting colors in space or something, isn't he? There's some things which just should be not met upon the field of battle because, you know, to do so lessens them. If you can punch Cthulhu or something in the face, like firing a ship's cannon into Dagon, sorry, this is completely irrelevant. This is completely irrelevant, but anyway. Anyway, that is the end of Hexen before I get too distracted with other things. The Dreaming God, which all other gods fear and try to keep him asleep. With that, that is the end of Hexen. Beyond Heretic. Well, That did actually take as long as I thought it would. This is only part 7. Heretic took longer. I think I was up to like 16 parts with that. Though I think that did have more levels. You were hoping a glitch would happen and require another Hexen playthrough. How are we going for time? They've gone for an hour and 50 minutes. Well, I might do a brief show-off of the other 2 characters as a being. We are playing as a warrior currently, called what's his name? Baratus or something like that. This won't be proper, but we can see here. He's got his gauntlets, which he punches things with, and he's got like a 3-punch thing. He goes 2, 3, and the 3rd punch on an enemy is more powerful, I think. Also, part of the reason why I didn't play as a warrior is because you can see his arms cut off from the resolution I'm playing at. It looks weird, and I'd found it distracting the entire playthrough. But yes, you go around punching things. If I put in the cheat for all weapons, we have his gauntlets. We have this, which is the axe. I forget the name of it. But yeah, it's a powerful axe. 2 4x3 screens at the time. Yeah. But yeah, the axe does like lightning blasts when it hits. I need the emerald key to get in there. Let's see if we can find some more enemies to smack. We're all the way back at the winnowing halls. It's been so long since we were here. But yes, the warrior, actually, he has high AC. You can see he's got AC of 16. I think that's because I gave myself all the items. But he makes better use of, like, the helmet, the shield, and the chain shirt, unlike the mage, who makes the best use out of the amulet of warding. I think also the warrior takes less damage when he gets hit. And he also moves the fastest, I have read. So he should be moving faster than the wizard and the cleric both. We also have this. A maul, which apparently throws hammers, which is pretty cool. Wham! Wham! Oh, that's nice. It gets a bit of gibbage off on the enemies. It's hammer time! I'm about to drop the hammer and dispense some indiscriminate justice. It fires hammers if you're at a distance, but if you're right up close to them, it actually just smacks them over the head with it and doesn't use any mana. That's pretty cool. Wham! Wham! I bet there's a mod which combines all the weapons for each class. I actually had the thought earlier. It would have been neat if in the last level, when you defeated the masters of each of the different classes, you actually got the abilities of the class that master represented. Just a way to, like, expand on the weapon set. And here is ultimate. Here is the warrior's ultimate weapon. I think it's called Quietus. Do I have the emerald key? No. No, I don't. Over here. Here we go. There we go. Emerald key. But yes, Quietus is, aside from the hammer, the only ranged weapon which the warrior gets. So he has the most trouble with ranged enemies. I'm not having too much trouble here because all these enemies are... that's kind of a cool death animation. Because they're all melee, but if I was going up against serpents, they would be... BAM! I wonder if there's a way to fix the warrior punch in this widescreen. I mean, I suppose you can move this split the sprite down the middle, and stick it over to the side, but I don't know. I kind of feel maybe you just have to draw the rest of the arm in. Which I suppose talented spriters would be able to do. Or just not play in widescreen. Yeah. In fact, the Quietus, I believe, actually fires little bolts or little swords out of it. when you use it like that. Does it fire them in melee? Nope. Okay, so once you're out of mana, you just can't use Quietus anymore. It'd be neat to have it as a melee weapon. Back. The hammer's got a very slow fire, very slow shooting hit speed. So yeah, the warrior would be this for the entire game, going around smacking things in melee. Which is fun in its own way, but... And running around in like a, you know, barbarian's loincloth. Enemies! Feel my swollenness. Massive. And I'm short. Ah! But yeah, that's a warrior. Oh, also, the way they use fletchets is different. The warrior uses fletchets like a grenade. And they explode after a bit. So that's cool. Welcome! We've actually just finished Hexen, and I'm showing off the other classes. We kicked Korax's big, spiky, scaly ass. After some trouble. I'm just showing some of the differences between the classes. But yeah, I rather like the warriors, fletchet. It throws it a bit. It's not exactly working how I thought. I thought it would just throw it and explode on impact. Maybe it does. But having a ranged attack with the fletchets is kind of cool. Better than just putting them on the ground and having to run away from them. Yeah, just a bit too late. Ah, well. It all goes up on my YouTube channel later on if you wish to watch it. Which is linked on my homepage. So. Is there anything else to show off? There's minor effects for the warrior. There's the way the icon of the defender works is different. I think it actually makes the warrior invincible, unlike the mage, where it just gives him temporary projectile reflection, and so he's not actually invincible. The warrior is invincible when he uses it. So yes, I think that's about it. Then we have the cleric, who is called I think it starts with a P. I actually thought I might play through on as the cleric at the beginning, but I decided to go as a mage when I found he had a ranged weapon. But the cleric is kind of a mixture between the two. He's got this mace. Oh, as an aside, the all weapons cheat is NRA. When you go to show the fletchet for the cleric, I should find a shield guy to use it on. Oh, the centaurs. Can I summon enemies in? Let me have a look. That'd be good if I can summon, like, spawn enemy. I could just teleport to a level, I suppose. Don't fire the regular shotgun. Yeah. Or probably cheat to get to the Guardian of Steel. Yeah, I was thinking I'd actually just teleport to a level rather than teleport. So sure, let's teleport to a level. What was the teleport cheat? Let us have a look. It is okay. So we put in visit, and then we put in, say, I don't know, 04. That's Guardian of Fire. Visit 05. There we go, Guardian of Steel. And I put in NRA for all the weapons. And he also has this staff. Serpent Staff. It's actually got the symbol of Desperal on it. It fires 2 bolts, which spray out to the sides. Which is pretty cool. It seems like every now and then it's got a different attack. How do I do that? Let's have a look at the weapons, actually. Sorry. Hexen Cleric. His name is Parias. And he has the Serpent Staff. The Serpent Staff is a weapon from Hexen, the second of 4 weapons. Yeah, resembles, yep. Crimp magical bolts at a decent rate. When used in melee, no bolts are fired, but the staff will instead leech the life of the nearby monster and heal the player wonderful points of health damage. Health for each attack. Each attack, both ranged and melee, costs 1 point of blue matter. Ooh. That's actually kind of cool. So, let's just do this. So it's got a health leech in melee. Yeah, it does. That's pretty cool. So it's actually kind of like a chainsaw in melee. Ha 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 ha. That's neat. I like that. We have this. Which is... Corax asks if... Oh, you just said that it heals a melee ranged or something. Heals a melee range 2 or something. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for that. I didn't see that while I was reading. Yeah, I like that staff though. When Korax asks, are you ready to die? He really just wants to know if you've finished your will. He's a lawyer, which is why he's so evil. I want this signed in triplicate. Anyway, Firestorm is a cleric's 3rd weapon from Hexen. It is a spell which launches a streak of flame directly ahead of the player. If it comes into contact with a monster, it will explode and spawn a small ring of flames that rotate around the point of impact, which will detonate upon contact with an obstacle or wall, heavily damaging the target and any other monsters within a short radius. Yeah. Okay. Boom. So, okay, it's a very short, narrow... It's a very narrow blast. Yeah, and it's a small, like, flame burst on the ground. That's interesting. And the last one is this. This massive doohickey. Which is Wraith Verge. It is apparently the most powerful weapon in the game. It shoots... As you can see, it shoots a blast... and which splits up into ghosts, and then those ghosts hunt down enemies. Which is very destructive. And apparently makes the enemies make that woo noise when they get hit by it. The, also, the, if I can get some fletchers, I will be able to show off the, what's it called? Is it here? Yes. Okay. A rampant cheating! Oh noes! I earned it, damn it. Yeah, but that's pretty powerful. They just hunt down the enemies and you don't have to worry about them. Okay. Yep. That's the cleric's fletchets. It leaves a poison gas cloud and they go crazy. Actually, using the Serpent Staff in melee against them is a terrible idea. I think those ghosts actually hunt the enemies down through the level. That's kind of terrifying. I don't think they can reflect that. I think the cleric would actually require a lot of swapping between weapons. And I think each of the cleric's weapons are actually a bit more varied and useful than the mage's. For the most part, the mage's weapons... Well... Bonk, 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 bonk. The mage's weapons, I found myself using actually the Sapphire Wand the most. However... The Ice Shards ability I didn't use too often because it's very slow to fire, and when you're attacking enemies you tend to want to have a fast attacking weapon. Yeah, you would get a lot of that playing as the cleric, because I think this also does the same thing. Yeah, ow. I think actually the ghosts go through walls. It's a nice animation for him putting his hands up. Yeah, the ghosts make them make that noise as well. It's very destructive though. You just cast it and rooms of enemies die. You can't get enough of it. It is funny. I just find it... ever since I first heard it, it just... Well, I heard it in this game. Because I think I have heard of it outside of this game. Years ago. It always just... It just seems really discordant with the rest of the game. It kind of feels like it's just something which you would do by putting in a cheat and it changes the sound, rather than being the default sound. It would get annoying if you're playing as a cleric and you just have that going constantly. Constantly, because two of your weapons actually use that. He's still blocking while he's in pain. Ugh. Yeah, the Serpent Staff is, not very useful in narrow corridors. The shots just keep hitting the walls. This is what makes me wish the Tome of Power existed, because I feel like the mace should have an overpower version where you can, like, I don't know, smack things harder or something, or you can send out shockwaves by smacking the ground with it. Anyway, that's the cleric and the warrior, which we didn't actually play the game through as, we played as the mage. Oh yes, you can actually see the different stats it gives them. The warrior, the fighter, has the highest speed, armor, and strength, and the lowest magic. The cleric has about average speed, armor, magic, and strength, and the mage has the lowest speed, lowest armor, best magic, and the lowest strength. It would be an amazing with Tome of Power. Ha ha ha. I've said before, I miss the Tome of Power. It gave a lot more variation to Heretic than Hexen. In Heretic, it's not being included in Hexen, especially with only 4 weapons per character, is kind of a big issue. Well, it's a keenly felt loss all the time. It's in Hexen too. Yes, I have seen that a bit, so. Which is good. Hexen 2, though, playing it, it'll be difficult to get used to, because this is but like Doom, whereas Hexen 2 is more like Quake. Because it's 3D. We do have, what's they called? Death Riders of the Citadel. Yeah, Death Kings of the Dark Citadel, the expansion for Hexen. I don't know when I'll do that. I'll have to actually look at that. Let's see. Is that actually like an extra campaign, or is that a series of challenge missions? Because I don't tend to do challenge levels or things like that. No? Okay. Oh, there's only 3 hubs in it? Okay. Okay, so it is actually a series of actual levels rather than being challenge maps. So I will probably go through that at some point. Now, so yes, that is Hexen, a game which starts off rather confusing, but I think it actually gets better as you go through the game. The 3rd, 4th, and 5th hubs, aside from a few hiccups here and there, sort of unnecessary specificness in part 3, in hub 3, a bug which stopped me from finishing hub 4 right near the end, which was irritating because it was miscounting me killing some green serpents, which stopped the level from progressing. That was annoying. Hub 5 was completely fine. It was actually pretty short. The only problem with that was having to get to the secret level, which required you knowing how to get to it beforehand. Because if you progress at all in that level, in any of the tombs, you can't do the secret level. You have to go straight to the secret level at the beginning. A couple more weapons would be nice, then again they would have another mana system. Yeah! The mana system. I did actually think at one point they had maybe plans for another mana. The Heresiarchs have purple, like a purple mana cube above them, which made me think that they might have originally planned to have a 3rd mana type. But yeah, I would have liked more weapons, as I've said a few times. Items were useful for the most part. I didn't use the porculator at all. It turns enemies into pigs as opposed to chickens from the morph ovum in Heretic. That's nothing new. I didn't use the morph ovum much in Heretic either. I like the inventory system a lot. It's still kind of a hassle having to go through it to select it. I know there's shortcuts to select specific items and use them without having to go into your inventory each time, but I'd have to be hunting for the keys on the keyboard every time. The Icon of the Defender is an interesting weapon, and I like how it changes based on the classes. I do like how the fletchets also change depending on the class. It's a shame that the mage works the same as the one in Heretic, where it just drops it and it's a time bomb. It would have been nice to play through the game with a different fletchet. If I'd played one of the other classes, I would have, but yeah, well. Anything else? Creatures of Might was an instant refill of your health, refill of your mana. That was pretty cool. The armor system. The armor system in Hexen is quite different from Doom and Heretic. In Doom and Heretic, you have obviously like the security vest or the basic armor, and then you get, or the, what's it called, like the silver shield, and then you get the gold shield or whatever. In Heretic, which is 100 armor and then 200 armor with extra damage reduction on top of it. The way armor works in Hexen, you pick up 4 different items, and there is an item you can actually keep in your inventory and choose when to use to bump your AC up further. I found it was interesting, but oftentimes you'd pick up the items and they were so broadly scattered that you would get hit, they would disappear, and then most of the time you'd be running around without any armor. Because they didn't give you armor as often as they did in Doom and Heretic. So. And they'd have to give a variety of the items, because as a mage, the what's it called? Amulet of Warding is the one which is most beneficial to me. But there are still the other 3 items, which I can make use of, but, you know, they have to, they can't really place them to predict which class you're playing as. Yeah, anyway. I like how Medieval did it with 4 mana. Green and blue both shared by 2 weapons each. Orange mana is for the rocket launcher, and then purple mana for the BFG weapon. Yeah, that worked quite well. I I complain about the lack of weapons in Hexen. I don't think I necessarily felt at times that I needed more weapons. This game, though it had some large... It had groups of enemies in it, it never really had hordes of enemies, such as in Heretic or Doom, that I would need a rocket launcher to clear out large amounts of enemies. Like, I get no armor from the breastplate. Yeah. If I was playing as a warrior, I would get more armor from the mesh, chain mesh armor. But as the mage, I don't get much. I think I get 2 or 3 points, as opposed to like 6 or something as a warrior. Which is neat, but it made it that if I got that, it wasn't giving me as much benefit. So, there's another weapon I can't remember if it does green or blue or what. In a medieval. Let's see, a medieval. I actually just played through that and I can't remember. Oh man. You had the water staff. You had the sword, which you could like make the shots go through enemies if you got them on the edge. I can't remember the others. Oh dear. But yeah, anyway, that's Hexen. I think the combat and I think the gameplay and that's fine. It's frustrating at the beginning though. Lever hunting and level design, but it got better as it got on. Oh yes. Thank you very much for watching me. Thank you very much for joining me. That is the end of Hexen. I will stop the recording here.